go.
No intro on this one, right?
No, intro.
Oh, intro? Okay.
Episode 72.
72.
Guys.
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Pain.
Are you ready? I think was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad. I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Hey, you being me, that's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It sounds cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just I hate that I'm scared.
It would be awesome to, being a great warrior. Maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go. Wait,
I have to put the joke.
No. Hey,
thank you for playing, man. I appreciate
good timing.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
We are live, episode number 72, Longliveboxing EnVivo podcast. Manny Marrero,
Sean El Gringo Hicksa.
Hopper, breaking it down.
Yeah.
Like it is. Like it should be, always going forward, never going backwards.
Nunca. Never go backwards. We go forward. Like
Always.
Mexican fighters.
That's right.
Mexican
until the end, until they stop
Man,
me.
that's our
Someone
show?
stop me without hating, without frustration, without patience, right? Or do we need to have patience?
No, well, it depends on what fight you're talking about.
Well, I mean, the problem is there's just so much hate. And, I hate to bring more hate into our
hate,
program,
hate.
or I hate to bring
hate
more
that you-
depressing
Do you hate
moments in the
that?
program. But the
I hate you
problem is
brought that up.
we still hearing some email championships going in, or Instagramming, or whatever it is.
It's in his story. So, yeah, that's a great point. It seems to be some things that are taking place that were unexpected, but the information is out there now that the WBC has decided to turn a vacancy at the 168 to now the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Smith when they fight next week. So obviously, because there's a big divide between, people that love Canelo and people that hate Canelo.
You hate Canelo?
Oh. Can't stand him.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I want to really get to the root cause of what is the hate. I've mentioned it before on several different past episodes, but it seems like that he did nothing wrong. I mean, he just sat back and it happened, he being Canelo, that because of what the WBC did, it's now all of a sudden on Canelo to read the hate. So we have what we like to say Canelo expert in the house. Hopper. He's going to give his passionate insight and help clarify something that needs to be cleared up. Hopper, what the hell is all this hate about, and how can we make it stop?
The thing about it is, it's how it goes in sports. People wanna, they're quick to put the new guy. They fall in love with the new guy. They put him on the pedestal, and then once he's on the pedestal, they want to tear him down. And with Canelo,
it happens in all sports. You
Every
win a
sport,
lot,
exactly.
you lose a lot,
Every
they
sport.
love you. You
They
win a
love
lot,
you.
and they hate you.
they love you when you retire. They hate you while you're on top. But when you retire, that's when they love you again. And the hate with Canelo, I really don't understand it. You don't have to be a fan. You don't have to be a fan of him. But to say asinine things like he's cherry picking or he doesn't want to fight the best. Do you watch boxing? Do you see the opponents that he's fighting? Just take a look at some of his opponents that he's fought. Triple G twice. Danny Jacobs, Kovalev. He's fighting the winner of the WBSS super middleweight tournament, Caleb Smith. I have no problem with the WBC putting their belt on the line for this fight. It's the WBA champion, the ring champion, Caleb Smith, the Muhammad Ali trophy champion, fighting Canelo, and established the pound-for-pound king of the sport today. I don't care what nobody says. It is Canelo fighting Caleb Smith, another champion, undefeated champion. What's the hate? I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, is
is
it because he's white complected ginger?
I think
that's probably where it comes from.
I think it's more that people they do acknowledge his potential and what he's built and his legacy, and so now that it's for the best interest of anyone around it to be part of that. And so I think it's because the favoritism, maybe. Could that be it, that now organizations are actually saying, well, it is Canelo, let's just put that WBC, because I'm curious to see what Berlanga feels about this. Because he ends up to be a number one contender.
That plays a part, but Berlanga's still a puppy. He has not fought anybody.
No, not Berlanga. I'm sorry, Benavides. Benavides.
Yeah, that's fair, but if Benavides was to fight somebody, say, like Caleb Plant, if Benavides and Caleb Plant were fighting and the WBC wanted to give them the 165 belt, I would understand it. I would have no problem.
So no one would hate that decision.
It's feasible.
So because it is Canelo, now they're hating the fact that they're giving everything away to Canelo, which they're not, because he's fighting. He's fighting, and he just let you know what Caleb Smith's all about, and we actually broke it down in a past podcast.
Tune in before
exactly
episode 67.
So it's more of a fact that people think there's favoritism to Canelo because it is Canelo.
If David Benavides was fighting Caleb Plant and the WBC wanted to sanction that fight for their championship belt, I have no problem with it. The fact that Callum Smith and Canelo is now being for the WBC vacant belt, great. That's even better. Another belt on the line to have a super unified champion. Now we'd have what Caleb Plant has, the other belt, and unified. Canelo wants to fight these guys. People. He sued so he can break free from his promotion so he can fight the best. He got out of his contract to fight an undefeated champion. Who does that? This is what we want in boxing. Why are you going to hate on this guy? You don't have to be a fan.
And
what he's doing for the sport.
He was a mandatory
is what we need. We need guys fighting the best. Jermall was his mandatory for 2 years. Never enforced it. Why? We know why. He didn't want that smoke. I don't care what Nate Campbell says.
Oh, what about Lion Killer?
Did not want that smoke.
Speaking of want smoke,
Smokey Rama here.
We want that smoke.
We want that smoke.
That debate show you've been asking about. Yeah,
we got it.
We got you.
We got you.
We got you. So get ready for that, Nate and Lion Killer. Don't be trying to hide.
We got you. And we got the facts.
I'll give you a yours rematch.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give it to y'all since I'm the champion.
But I do like
so
what you
said,
consider
the cash cow now.
Definitely a great point. That here's the thing: it's like when somebody complains about what their options are, but they provide no alternative. You're upset about what the WBC did, but you're right. Let's take Canelo out the equation. His competitor alone warrants, I think, the vacancy.
If he was
absolutely,
or at least a shot at the belt.
But see, those are the rules that sometimes at least casuals, even the boxing fans, don't understand. If we have an organization and then you have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, shouldn't the number 1, number 2 fight for that vacant belt and then maybe unify it? And so that's the thing, though. The circumstances right now, just by doing it because it's Canelo, it's going by default to grab a lot of hate attention to that move.
Yeah,
because it's just kind of happened. Oops, it just happened. You see what I'm saying? So I don't blame the people for hating. I'm not agreeing with it because I can see the facts and I can see that Canelo actually has proven himself to be, the person who he is right now. And
do they want to see?
Do we want to see some fights that we know we're not going to see for a fact because they don't want some of that smoke? Boo Andrade no wants no piece of that stuff either. I mean,
Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Joe wants right now. Billy Joe after this fight, by the way, very impressive fight by Billy Joe Saunders.
That's the best I've ever seen.
He looked impressive. And I tell you what, that could be a good next
Billy Joe Saunders against Boo Boo. I would love
that. Would be even better. And
Billy Joe Saunders against Jermall.
That would be a fantastic.
Billy against
right. So there is out there some things that are working in, but we have to be able to understand, man, that hey, right now it's a lot better than that other guy Canelo was supposed to fight you know, for mandatory.
His
it
other
was
mandatory.
The mandatory.
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
What I'll say real quick as far as for me, if you truly
No, see,
are,
he avoided that fight. Not like Triple G avoided his mandatory. Did Triple G avoid his mandatory? Serzmeshka?
No, he's
right?
fighting
He's
him on-
fighting him, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
What if
he's fighting
Canelo would have said, "I'm gonna fight this guy, Yildirim"?
Well, remember, Triple G.
Just the
is
thought of it
Triple G. It's out.
Exploded social media.
Triple-
Guys, he didn't say he wanted to fight him. The WBC ordered him to fight that guy, and Canelo's like, okay, I'll fight him. But the social media just blew up. Oh, he wants to take these. No, they're telling him.
Keep
to
in
fight
mind,
this
Triple
guy.
G is just said goodbye years ago to his prime. So he's just trying to get the best out of it. And
Gringo?
he's
hopefully-
cashing out. No, I can't disagree.
No, he can't disagree. And I mean, I'm hoping that he performs well. I'm actually rooting for him. But is it something that we really want to see Triple G and Canelo, 3? No, I don't care for that.
Kinda.
And sorry, Gringo, I know you do. I really don't care for that. I care
In
to
my
see
dreams.
some of the other fights, getting those belts now against Caleb Smith. And then, that kind of crap to fight, Caleb Plant, and then he had to fight the route first, and then fight. I mean, it makes no sense why we want to do that. The fans need to see that. They need to see that the things that are happening behind the scenes is just to prevent from him fighting just someone out there rather than continue to fight, the boxers and the fighters that we want to see. And right now, I think this was the best. I remember when it started, the rumors about Caleb Smith and Canelo, and then it went to Plant, and now back to Caleb Smith. So I think this is the right decision. Immediately after he let go of, De La Hoya and the Zone, whatever, immediately this card was announced. And where are we watching it?
Yeah.
We're watching it in the Zone. And by the way, I paid for it already, so it's free.
Done
It's
deal.
$70 that I've saved again here.
Man,
Easy
this
money.
guy loves him
guy
some
here,
saving and
power
some deals.
move.
And the Zone doesn't sponsor of guys. Wish they
No,
would, but
they
they don't.
definitely
But
don't.
we have
They
mad
will.
love for these kind of stuff.
No, absolutely. So what I'll say is, if you want to have a mantra for boxing to improve for 2021, outside of the Ortiz Boots Ennis fight, which is, the dream of mine, but this mantra is less is more. Less champions, more unified champions, less sanctioning bodies, less belts is more for boxing, more for the fans. So, yeah, maybe you don't like Canelo, but the fact that he'll have more of the belts and they're not scattered around, amongst other fighters that may not necessarily fight one another, it eliminates the possibility of watered down quality product, which is the best fighting the best. And so for me, yeah, maybe you may not be the biggest fan of Canelo, but if you love the sport, if you want the sport to flourish, less is more. And that's where I stand on this. So, Hopper, you have the last word. Anything you want to say out to your lovers, your haters, or anything in between?
Tune in December 19th. That's all I'm going to say. You'll see Canelo walk out of the ring unified. He might take the Muhammad Ali trophy. Can he do that? Can he take his?
Yeah, why not? He's Canelo.
I think it was no. I think it was a tournament champion.
No, so he can't take his
I don't
trophy?
think so.
No, no.
I
You can take the
really
Ring
don't think so.
magazine, though.
You can take the Ring magazine. That'll be his. Of course, WBA, and then WBC. So
Holla
that'll
at me
be
December
unified
20th.
to be able to finally see, maybe unification somewhere else. Billy Joe, Caleb Plant. We'll see. But hey, I'm good with it. I'm with you on this one, though. I'm with you on this one too. So
Wow, we agree?
Yeah.
That can't be good.
no debate, no
rain.
hate. We got tired of the hate, ladies and gentlemen.
EnVivo.
Episode 72.
Fuera.
Hasta ahorita.